91X.
It's the 91X Flophouse, so welcome Manchester Orchestra.
Thank you.
That was the song Simple Math.
Yes, sir.
And I want to ask you about that song, but before I talk about that song, I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Because Coachella is the 2 weekends now, and I haven't, because I don't know some of these bands as well as I know you guys, are you going to change sets next week? Are you going to do a completely different thing? Or is this something that you consciously thought of? When you first found out, what was the great 2 weekends in a row, and what went through your mind?
I don't think it'll be anything completely different. We'll probably learn from our mistakes, for each show you play. So we'll probably do some things different that probably didn't go as well across as the set yesterday. Probably sub some stuff in and kind of mix it around. But I don't expect it to be the same crowd, so I don't think they're going to be seeing the same thing.
I think there's a lot of people who are like the uber fans of Radiohead that know Radiohead will do a completely different set.
Right.
So they will just show up 2 weekends in a row.
What if they don't do a completely different set?
Then I'd be a bummed Radiohead fan.
Yeah.
No I'd be
doubt.
sleeping in the lawn. I heard this one last week.
Yeah.
Play Creep again.
I heard last night's set, and I was like, I knew they were going to play this song next.
Yeah.
Really?
I loved it from everything I heard, but I'd love to see him play the same
Well,
set.
the one song, I don't remember the name of it, the one that started that's with that crazy bass line.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the song because I can't remember the half of it. But he had to make sure he had the right setting.
National
tone.
anthem?
Not national anthem. That's a.
Yeah, you're talking about
it's the same era.
Yeah.
But he just played one note, and I went, I bet you it's going to be. And then
And
I
then
went
it was,
into it. And I was
yeah.
like, because it's just the tone of the whole
Yeah.
thing. So, is this the first time you've done this kind of a thing where you're playing 2 weekends in a row?
Yeah,
someplace?
I don't know of any other thing that does something like this.
First time
know?
I've known about it. So when they said, will you play the 2 weekends in a row, was it kind of like an easy decision?
Yeah, of course. We were like, no thanks.
Well, I don't, but like, are you doing anything in between
We
the
are,
dates?
yeah.
Where are you playing?
We're
in between
playing
the dates?
L.A. on Monday at the Music Box, headlining there, and then we're going to Phoenix on Wednesday. So, like, really, for us being from Georgia, it's nice to be able to come and do headline sets at any point.
Right.
On the West Coast, we don't really get to come out here all that often.
So the headline sets at these clubs or Music Box, where are you playing in Phoenix?
The Crescent Ballroom.
That'll be a completely different set?
Yeah, that'll be a
proper-
2 hour headline.
And do you tend to play? I don't want to say for the hardcore fans. But
we
obviously-
play pretty much everything. We play everything that we can,
Right.
that we know how to.
So last night's set, would you say? I don't want to say it's the greatest hits, but would you say it was close to that and anthemic in a way, or how
You kind of want to decide for a set like that to go for your heavy hitters. So, like, I don't know if it was the greatest hits. I don't know if we have any hits in the first place, but for a hardcore fan.
you do for your fans.
Yeah,
You have
I
ones
would
that-
say maybe Coachella probably wouldn't be the best for like our hardcore fans because they're really it's just loud stuff, and we're a band that like dives into the soft and loud quite a bit. But for something like Coachella, that's kind of you turn it up to 10 and you just go for it for 50 minutes.
Great. Okay, perfect. We're going to do some more interview stuff on the web.
Great.
So we'll take a quick break right now, and it's 91X, Manchester Orchestra's here. The rest of this interview will be on the web, where we can say bad words, and you guys can take your clothes off.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay. So first track you played was
Pale Black Eye.
Pale Black Eye. All right, so it's 91X, Manchester Orchestra doing the song called Pale Black Eye. What I want to ask now is, are there bands that you're dying to see at Coachella either weekend? Have you kind of like been in the tour bus going, okay, I'm going to be gone here, here, and here because I'm going to go see this, this, and this, and this, and who are those bands and why?
Well, being here 2 weeks is kind of strange because you kind of have a little exception to the first one. So it's like, I'll go see him next weekend kind of thing, Definitely want to go see Refused. Didn't get a chance because we got in really late on Friday. Really last night was pretty great getting to see Jeff Mangum play. That was probably the highlight of both weekends, I would think, even though the second one hadn't happened yet. I've seen a lot of these bands play. Bands like At the Drive-In, Refused, Godspeed You Black Emperor, kind of some, more treats that you don't squeeze. We played before Squeeze last night. That was kind of cool.
I saw them in San Diego like 4 days ago, and it was hit after hit after hit, and you'd forgotten how many amazing songs they wrote.
Yeah.
And I find out later all about sex, by the way. I didn't know that Pulling Muscles. I didn't know that Pulling Muscles from Michelle was about sex.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No.
This is just
Makes
You'll
sense
have,
now.
you'll have to think about it.
Makes sense now.
Now you should change your whole songwriting episodes. Who else? You saw? Did you watch Squeeze at all? Did you get to see them?
We got to see a little bit of it. We got to see.
Were
the
you?
first 15,
Were
20
you a
minutes.
Squeeze fan?
No, not really. But then what? You know it.
Right, you know all their
it,
songs.
And then how can you not be?
Anything you got blown away by?
Jeff Mangum was for sure one of those things. Just watching it, being like, never thought I'd get to see these songs and just kind of forgetting I was at Coachella.
Right.
And focusing just on that and tuning out everything else.
Yeah, I've never seen a festival quiet. Like I've never seen a festival crowd where there were, thousands of people and you could hear a drunk girl. Usually they're just all drunk girls. But like you could actually hear one, you know what I mean?
The one drunk girl.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah,
You
it
could
was
hear
pretty
the
cool.
one
You could
drunk
hear
girl.
one drunk girl, which kind of was nice. It was like, shut up.
That's pretty.
But
yeah.
I can at
And
least,
she was screaming. What was she screaming?
who knows?
Remember?
I think she was
Play
screaming, "I
creep."
love you."
I hate my parents. Yeah. It's like,
Play creep. You're at the wrong stage. Go
why
over
am I
there.
wearing so many clothes? Like that's. They all hate clothes here. It drives me crazy.
How do you mean?
I mean, they just don't wear any.
On the cold days, it was very weird looking. Normally, I can understand why they do that because it's comfortable.
I still don't understand it. There's a
California,
difference between
it's
like,
it's
yeah,
comfortable.
there's a difference between
I'd
like
be on-
Bonnaroo hippie and Coachella hippie. It's so druggy. It's just so druggy
Here,
out here.
it's
Yeah.
druggy.
Oh my god.
And there, it's what?
I just
Shroomy?
Yeah, just country. Just.
It's funny. Did you see that web thing where they put the seven types of people
I
at
did,
Coachella? Did you see it?
crack.com,
But did you
yeah,
see
I
the
did.
Did you see the picture of the hippies?
Yeah.
Did you know that picture is not taken at Coachella? You can tell by the grass because the grass is too long.
Oh really?
So it must have been taken at Bonnaroo. And
Bonnaroo
whoever-
doesn't have grass.
Bonnaroo doesn't have-
you,
well-
you can't see a patch of grass at Bonnaroo
Well, it
for
must be
100
another
miles.
festival then, because
Yeah.
there's no way. Because at the polo fields, it's like a golf
Yeah,
green.
it
There's
is.
tons of hippie festivals, though. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Festivals.
But it's like
Festivals,
really because those
festivals.
hippies don't show up here. Not really. The
No.
California hippies are not like that. Northern California maybe, but not down here.
Yeah, they bring them in out here. Like
By the truckload.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You bring them
Like
in by the
horses.
truckload.
Just
Horses with hippies on them.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. What's the future plans for you guys? Obviously, touring as you normally
yes,
do.
we've been off for the last few months. We bought a house, we've gutted it out, and we've started renovations, building a full studio. And that's
where is the house?
right next to our house in Alpharetta, Georgia, where we all live. We all have,
So you bought a house next to the house.
yeah.
And you're going to gut it for a digital studio, an old analog?
Yeah,
What-
full on analog, really
old
doing
Neve
it right.
board? And,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We have one of the Toft, which is one of the Trident 80 series remakes, and then some outboard Neve stuff. But
See,
Basically
they're
just
doing it
trying-
like everybody
geeky.
else does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's geek out for a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
And you're happy with the Toft?
No.
there's
what
not
it
a lot
is.
of headroom on it, honestly, but there's a lot of mods you can do to it. The EQs on it are great, though.
Right now on the video, the part of the video is going to say, this is
Boring.
the geek out section
Boring,
right
yeah.
here. They're talking about equipment.
Really, though, for us, it's just like finding a place where we can be comfortable to write after taking, we really
Right.
worked 6 straight years without any time. This has been the first time we've ever had any more
See,
than
that's
a
what I was
couple
going to ask
weeks,
you because it seems like you've not really taken much time off.
Right.
Do you, and I don't think your writing has suffered
No.
because the songs are really good and the albums are really good, but being able to relax a little bit, and if there's a studio there and you can actually go lay it down immediately.
Well, just to become inspired again. There's just
Right.
when you see the same shit for 6 years, it's just the same shit,
Yeah,
And
luckily
there's
this is on the web, so you can actually
You
say
told
the
me I
same
could say
shit
it,
fuck.
so yeah.
So-
It's just the same stuff. So like
Right.
really, it's tough to get inspired unless you kind of take a step back, and I kind of realized this is the time to do it.
So let me ask you this, and I ask every band this because Andy Partridge years ago told me that if you started writing songs on the road, and everybody ends up sounding like Jackson Brown.
That's funny.
Do you feel that being able to take some time off, you can go back to the space you were before the band became the mega touring band that it became?
I don't think so much has changed from that. There really isn't much from where we're at creatively, other than just being better at our instruments and understanding a little bit more about songwriting.
Right.
I think that it'll allow us to get to a point a little rootsier.
But songwriting versus subject material, I suppose, because a
Okay.
lot of people look at the song and go, God, it's a great song, but subject matter. They always say you've got 18 years to write your first album and then 18 months to write your second album,
Right.
and that's why second albums generally are really tough for most people to do.
Yeah.
But
Ours was sweet, but yeah.
But how do you, now that you're off the road, you have to go back to, having no food in the refrigerator and all the stuff you had to do years ago when you're first starting off? How do you get back to the inspirational stage? That's the question.
I find that just life in general is a pretty inspiring thing. And really, as an artist, you're just getting in your own way. There's enough stuff here. There's so much stuff to be creative about, So really, I think just a lot of bands get in their own way as far as allowing themselves to create,
Do you take notes when you're driving around for inspiration? You're like,
Yeah.
things you write down.
Yes.
You don't forget them.
Yeah,
Do
constantly.
you have a huge book of stuff?
Yeah, the books are on the phone. The whole, honestly, voice memos on an iPhone has really saved a lot of songs that would have never have been remembered.
So when you're wandering around someplace talking to yourself in the iPhone, you're actually putting down something so you don't forget it later.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's good.
Or writing it down for sure.
Now, as far as when you get together in the studio and you start doing the stuff, do you have it all mapped out in your head and go, here it is, do this?
Well,
you
that's
do that,
kind of the funny
or do
thing
you
about
then-
the studio is that you can have an idea and you can I used to just set up, I got 70 songs written for this record and we're just go in and do it, and then you use one of them because you just write. I mean, for Simple Math and for Me and Everything to Nothing, we went into the studio and I had 70 songs written for each record, and we used one for Me and Everything to Nothing and two for Simple Math because we just write when we're together. So that's really this whole thing is trying to get the studio together so that we can be in a room and write.
All right, bringing it full circle, tell me about Simple Math then, the first track you guys played that's on the web as well.
So that's the title track off of the album. That's really a pretty, it's a really honest record. It's pretty first person. It's kind of me if I wasn't me, in a way. It's kind of a story from a person that would be in my position, and
Right.
it's really it's kind of an elaborate love story to my wife, but also an elaborate hate letter to all the things that fuck with you in life. And Simple
Right.
Math is a song about basically the dangers and it's about a dude, the character of me, having an affair and then dealing with truth, absolute truth of what's right, what's wrong. And if I say I believe in God, or if I have these big moral absolutes, and I believe that there's a truth and right and wrong there, then there has to be a truth and a right and a wrong in what I'm doing with infidelity. So it's
Correct.
kind of it's messing with those two ideas.
Correct. And I would be remiss if I don't ask you how the dog's doing, because my daughter.
I got a
wants-
new one. I got a new one too. Milo. I got two.
So you have two
Yeah,
now?
I have
Because my
two.
daughter keeps going, ask him about his dog.
Little Poncho and little
and I don't
Milo.
ask any bands about their dogs. So
I'm gonna Poncho and
Milo.
Milo. They're adorable. Two
You have
little-
pictures.
I
you can
do.
pull up
I'm gonna
pictures.
show you
have
right
to
now.
show on the camera. The picture.
I will. That's no problem.
So tell me about Poncho's good.
Poncho's
obviously?
great. There's never been a dog as great as Poncho. And then Milo's, Milo's a little bastard, but he's starting to learn.
All right, we'll show that to the camera, and we'll tell everybody that it's Manchester Orchestra. Thank you guys for swinging by, and we are on 91.
Try and not
Hold
love
on, let
that
me get my.
face.
let me-
Just try and
let me
not
get my
love
old
that
man's
face.
Show them the one of the two dogs snuggling because they hated each other right
Now
now.
they start to snuggle. It's good. Tell your daughter all's well.
I will tell her. All right, it's 91X. Thank you very much,
Thank
Manchester
you.
Orchestra. Marvelous. That's great for clapping. Ask him about Poncho. Yes. Liners. Sorry.